Ambition is the path to success. Persistence is a vehicle to arrive in. I am thoroughly pleased to witness you all here in the TED Ed Student Talks, which is the very first of its kind in Zebar School for Children. I, Himanshi Prakash, it's a pleasant honor to bid you all a genial welcome. It's my pleasure to extend a cheerful welcome to our Honorable Executive Director, Mr. Manan Choksi. Sir, I welcome you. Our chivalrous Principal, Ms. Sharmistha Sinha, a warm welcome to you, ma'am. Versatile VPs of all the section, a heartfelt welcome to you, ma'am. The coordinators, supervisors of all the sections, our beloved Manju, ma'am. In the words of Abraham Lincoln, give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I'll spend the first 4 hours in sharpening the axe. The practice, the rehearsals, the talks took 6 months before. Our students had started practicing 6 months before. The students at that level were at a very tender stage, but gradually they all geared up, and here we are today, with full of energy and enthusiasm. Our students are all filled with plethora of ideas and full of excitement. And I'm pretty sure you all are going to witness something very exciting today. Every individual of our school has a hand behind making this event a great success. I would now like to invite our Honorable Principal Ma'am to please come on the stage and gather the audience. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Himanshi. I'm humbled by your words. Good morning to one and all present here. A very warm welcome, though I think this word warm is not required because of the present condition, but still a very warm welcome to all the eminent dignitaries, our parents, teachers, VPs, and my dear, dear students. Today I'm really happy that we embarked upon this particular journey. As Himanshi said, 6 months back. I know that it was a challenge, but still we took up that challenge. And I remember the day when Navneet, a content manager, came to my room and gave me this TED Talk proposal. We discussed, we talked, we debated. Navneet, I hope you remember, so many yes, so many no. And ultimately we decided to take the plunge. The first session is still vividly there in front of my eyes, my dear students. I think you were asked to speak for a minute on a topic of your choice. The initial awkwardness was there. I could see that there were certain inhibitions. They lacked the finesse. Obviously, some kind of awkwardness was also there. But what made them go was their zeal to learn, to participate, and, as Himanshi very rightly said, to chisel their skills. And obviously, every week after that, I could see that the students had really explored, researched, discovered, and prepared to come in front of us on Fridays. That could be made possible because of the immense guidance, the tutelage, and support that had been given by our 2 very able teachers, Hema and Himanshi. These teachers worked beyond their school hours in order to guide our students. And they did that because of their immense love for this program. And yes, of course, here I cannot forget Punita, our activity coordinator, a silent worker, always working behind the scenes, persistently, meticulously, and diligently. And I can see her still doing that. Once we started with the program, we realized that collaboration is required. That is the main reason why we wanted to interact with other schools who were already into TED Talk. Again, our dear Navneet plunged into action, and she tried to collaborate with a number of schools across the globe. And ultimately, we were able to find success with 2 schools. Am I right, Navneet? The first one was a school based in New Jersey, and the other one was in Turkey. During this process, we realized one thing, and that is when some kind of autonomy is given to our students to work at their own pace in the chosen topic, things really become easy. I could see that every moment, every week when they came, they had something new, something more to add, something more to say. And during this time, they also realized and understood how to gather their ideas, how to manage time, and how to present their speech. So by the time they interacted with the students of the US, they were prepared. And after the fantastic talk that we had, when you collaborated with your counterparts, oozing confidence, speaking on various topics, believe me, I was extremely proud of you. And I think I'd mentioned that in the group also. I was very proud. And apart from that, there was one more learning, especially when we had the session with the Turkey students. And that is to develop a kind of a relationship that is going to stay for long. Turkey students, as well as the Turkey school leader, they all were very warm and enthusiastic. And whatever interaction you had, be it talking about your culture, be it knowing about their culture, the virtual trips to the schools, they seeing ours, we seeing their school, the virtual trip that was there, and ultimately talking about food also. I remember the dress, the places, it was memorable. And I'm sure the Turkey head is going to come and visit us because that is what he has promised and also has shown his desire to remain connected with us for other programs too. Now, all these things ultimately was able to develop and make the students develop their critical faculty, their critical thinking. And during all such kind of talks, by this give and take information, they were able to credit with deeper learning on the topics that had been chosen by them. There is a saying that to be a good talker, you have to be a good listener. So while listening, I can understand that our students really gained deeper insight. Today is the finale, and we have 19 young minds raring to go with full confidence. And here I must take the opportunity to thank our parents who have been a great source of motivation for all our students. I think they deserve a big round of applause over here. Without your support, parents, without your involvement, it would not have been possible. In fact, the messages that were pouring in yesterday made my day, or rather I would say made my evening. So all the messages that came from you, they really mean a lot to all of us. Now, may I have the pleasure of inviting on stage our very affable, dynamic, and inspiring leader, our own executive director, Mr. Manan Choksi, endearingly known as MGC. He has a great vision, his eye for every detail, and obviously his involvement in every aspect of the TED Talk made this program possible. I always call him a maverick And this program would be incomplete if we do not get to listen to his ideas, thoughts, and views. Welcome you, sir, on the stage. Thank you so much, parents. Thank you, students.
Good morning, everybody. Today we are having this first time ever event of TED Talks. I have been an active TED Talk listener long before when I got my first iPad, and it was an interesting podcast we used to listen to. In fact, that gave me a lot of ideas on how what a small in short period of time how you can communicate your idea without much use of technology. If you see TED Talks, not every talk has a presentation. Not there are not many graphics or what we call is aids to help communicate an idea. So it is purely done on a effective public speaking, and this I have learned a lot. More so, what I could see is that it gave me curiosity to learn further on topics which they were covered. So today, in 5 minutes, you will hear a lot of people speak, but it should spark that interest, which will help you maybe pursue it if you are interested to, and maybe not pursue it, but it will make you knowledgeable. At the end of today's session, which will many people will walk out more knowledgeable than what they have walked in. So that is the whole aim of a school, to make people knowledgeable. What I have what topic I have to say is about public speaking, and we are going to talk about we are going to train today a lot of people on public speaking, that too in a concise and a effective manner. So what we did was, originally as a school, we are given subjects like math, science, English, etc., etc. Social studies. We taught history, we taught languages, we taught formulas. We taught, at best, we taught as a school, we have to ensure that everybody passes in board exams. But what we don't teach students is life skills. So it is not required life skills as much as because it is not in the mark sheet, and nobody gets college admission based on the life skills. They get a good life, but they don't get the skills to live it. So we expanded our scope of education to things like debate, public speaking, and also talents and sports and everything. So why public speaking is so much integral, as important as maths and science and English is? What we have found out is people have a lot of ideas, but they stay with them. There are two things you fear most, like in ranking. First is death, and second is stage fear. So why do people fear a stage so much? Because they have fear of humiliation, they fear a lot of ridicule, and because you are out there in open, and people may not like it. So these are all things which curtail a person's career eventually. Maybe after they pass out of the college, when they join a company, they would get 2 minutes of chance to prove their worth in front of knowledgeable seniors and also other colleagues. But unfortunately, things like stage fears, things like not losing the thought process while you are on stage, that hampers their professional growth. So it is important that people have very less public fear, stage fear, and very good in public speaking, and also channelize. What I have over a period of time done is, I have a lot of stage fear. In fact, I'm afraid right now also. But what do we do with all this fear is that we channelize to doing more research on the topic. So in case if we have a very good hold on what we are about to speak, then it takes care of, it manages fear well. So what I would suggest is, in case any one of you have fear, you take on a topic you are comfortable with, start practicing that you are very strong on. Suppose you like sports, you talk about cricket with people who are a little bit interested in cricket, and then eventually you will build confidence to talk also on topics which you are not what we call expert on. Nobody is expert on all topics, and just like right now, I'm not an expert in giving tips on public speaking, but what I'm expert in is coming over my own challenges. So I have come over a lot of challenges which I faced, and that is how I would suggest that all children should get over with their challenges rather than pampering themselves and becoming weak. They should take it up as a challenge and win over their weakness. So that is all that I have to say. I think allotted time was 5 minutes, and usually I would speak for more than that. So what I was afraid of today was, will I be able to communicate my idea in 5 minutes? Yeah. Thank you for being a patient audience.
Thank you, sir. It's always a pleasure to listen to you. Moving on, I'm pleased to announce you that amongst us, we have our chief guest, Dr. Falguni Vasavra. She's being a passionate educator, a double gold medalist with the 2 decades of teaching experience in the areas of marketing and advertisement. She teaches across programs and also runs online programs in the area of advertisement and management and public relations. She has trained the corporate professionals and mentored the young entrepreneurs. She had published in international journals and presented papers on national and international conferences. She is frequently being invited as a speaker to the reputed forums, panels, and events, and also the TEDx speaker. She blogs on plus size, fashion styling, women empowerment, and gender. The list goes on. So let's hear from the lady herself. Ma'am, the stage is all yours.